Welcome to the podcast. My name is Kivani Couture. I am your wonderful, gracious, humble, but not too humble host because I'm a Leo. And yes, girl, I haven't posted an episode in 7 months, 6 months, something like that. And yeah, girl. Story for another day, that day being Saturday. In fact, I already recorded that episode, so you're going to see me in the same outfit twice if you are watching the visuals on YouTube or Spotify. But yes, I've had quite the year. We dove into that already. You guys will see that on Saturday. So subscribe if you want to know the backstory of long story short, my sister almost died, and bringing in all these nieces into my life. Yeah. So if you want to hear more about that and, the shambles of it all, that episode will be up on Saturday. But in today's episode, we're going to be dishing the dirt, and I'm working out the kinks on my Wednesday episode. So on these Wednesday episodes, we're going to be talking about trending topics and Reddit stories. And yeah, let's get into it. Let's not waste any time because I have to edit this and get this up by tomorrow. So this first segment is our Reddit segment, and it's called Am I the Mean Girl?
She doesn't even go here.
So let's get into it. All right, I have to pull up the stories. And the title is Am I the Mean Girl for not wanting to buy a house with my wife? My wife and I have been married for about 2 years and have been renting the entire time we've been together. We talked about buying a house together in the future, but the problem is that she can't save money. We live in a 2-bedroom apartment because she needs one to be her walk-in closet, one room, I guess. She has the newest iPhone, Apple Watch, AirPods, and AirPod Max. She just bought herself a Tesla while I drive a 2015 Honda. Don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining. In fact, I'm perfectly okay with her spending her own money because we're both young and she deserves to enjoy her life. Recently, my aunt announced that she'll be moving into a retirement community and will be selling her house. Since they are close, she offered to sell it to us before listing it. She wants $75,000 down and is willing to finance the purchase for us. Honestly, it's a good deal. But the problem is my wife has less than $500 saved, so I'll be paying the entire $75,000. The monthly payment for the house will be more than our rent, so I'll cover the difference as my wife can't pay more. Then there's the yearly $6,500 in property tax, which I will have to pay myself. Lastly, the house needs a new roof, which will cost $18,000. She and my aunt were talking like it's a done deal, but all I see is a bunch of money I have to pay out all on my own. I told her Friday we should pass on this one. She kept on saying what a great deal it is and that we've always planned on getting a house to start a family. After hours of discussion, I got tired and told her we will get a house when she gets past her spending phase and starts saving. I pointed out all the costs I listed above, and she was really hurt. She cried and said, we're supposed to be a team, then went to bed. She hasn't spoken to me since Friday night, and we're supposed to go to her parents for dinner tonight. Her aunt will be there, and I know the house will come up. Am I wrong for not wanting to buy the house by myself? So before we get into the updates, no. No, friend. I will put the house in your name and your name alone. And what is it called? A post nup. And I would get a post nup drawn up in the event of a divorce. You gonna go about your merry way, and I'm gonna keep this house that I paid for. And it's ridiculous that like she's putting all that burden on that man like that. Girl, you buying Teslas and iPhones and the latest and greatest of everything. You turned a whole room into a walk-in closet. Obviously, you have a lot of clothes. She could easily cut back on spending and pull her weight in the household if she wants to buy this house so damn bad. But not the asshole. Oh, sorry, not the mean girl. Period. Okay, so we have an update. It says, "Hi all, thanks for reading. I'm going to answer some of your questions. 1, I'm 29 and she's 25. We both work full time. She makes 85K and I make 150K. Okay, so y'all make good money. Y'all making good money. Y'all making great money." Okay. Her aunt got several quotes on the roof. The roof is old, not damaged, so insurance won't cover it. I've never owned a home, so I don't know how it works, but that's what she told us. Okay, so as far as that is concerned, because the house that I live in, the roof needs to be repaired, and it'd be people, the people, like if a storm or something happens, people will come through and walk through the neighborhood, and they always knock on our door and they be like, "Hey, we can give you a free quote for the roof, and you will get it through the insurance, yada yada yada." So I'm sure there's a way that they could get it covered by the insurance. I don't know where they live. So, but a storm or something would have to happen in order for the insurance to cover it. There are other things the house needs to be done to it, but the roof is immediately needed. I don't like the way you worded that, but okay. The insurance guy said it needs to be done before the current coverage runs out, and they offer new coverage. I don't like the way he worded that sentence either. What are you saying? So is the insurance guy gonna cover, like, is the insurance covering it or not? Okay. She went to a realtor and had the house appraised. She offered to sell it to us below the appraised price and finance without any interest, which is why I said it's a good deal. Our rent is $1,300 a month. Dinner is in 3 hours. I'll update again if you all have more questions or if something happens at dinner. I'll try to read all your comments. Okay. I wonder how much the monthly payments will be on the house, because I feel like even though he does make more than her, so I mean, money wise, bill wise, house wise, I feel like it should be split, not 50-50, but whatever. Okay, see, y'all gonna make me do math. Whatever the ratio is. Let's see. Combined, they make a total of $235,000 annually. That's a lot of money. And she makes 36% of the income, and he makes the rest. So what, 64? Yeah, 64. So I feel like they should split the cost of everything based off of that percentage. So the roof, the down payment, everything should be split in that manner, in my personal opinion. But, some people do 50-50, even if the other person makes less. But I think that would be fair if she was putting up 36% of these expenses that needed to go into the home. Okay, so let's read the last update. Good evening, all. Dinner went as expected. I'm going to answer some more questions. Her aunt wants 75,000 down because she's going to use the money to move into the retirement community. She said the house appraised for $400,000 and is going to sell it to us for $350,000 and telling us to pay it off I said telling us. And wants us to pay it off in 10 years. The monthly payment will be about $2,300 a month. My wife and her aunt came to these figures based largely on how long her aunt is expected to be active and wants to use the money to travel and enjoy life. I get that. Okay. It's not free money, but if I could get a $200 or $2,300 payment every month, that's lit. I'm not gonna lie. Plus, I'm sure she gets Social Security. She probably has retirement, all that stuff. So let's just say she has like a good 3,000 or more coming in a month. At dinner, my wife and her family were telling me what a great deal it is. I have zero experience with buying a home, but I read your replies, so I didn't really argue with them. I calmly told them I want an independent appraisal so that we can have the full financial information. They said that the realtor already told them how much it is worth and that they have the tax appraisal. As some of you advised, I stuck to my guns and said I want a professional and independent appraisal. I also told them I'm going to call my older brother and have him fly out to help me because he has experience while I have none. They agreed and things went smooth after that. We're sleeping in the same bed again and she's happy. I'm seriously considering the home. Today I'm going to find an appraiser and we'll see what happens. It might take a couple weeks, and I think Reddit will archive my post by then. But I'll try to give you an update if anything happens. If you want to DM me, feel free to in a couple of weeks, and I'll answer you. Friend, I say, I already said what I said. Okay. I think you should get the house and you should put it in your name and get a post-nuptial agreement and go from there. Because if she's not putting anything into the house at all, I think it's a little ridiculous. Like, you have to have to do the full down payment by yourself because she only got $500 saved. No. But let's see. Let's read some of these comments. So everyone agreed that he is not the mean girl. Cause duh. Someone put in quotes, "We're supposed to be a team. Look in the mirror, lady." I would propose a deal. If possible, the aunt can rent this house for a year or two. If your wife saves enough money during this time, you may buy a house. If not, it will be proof that she's not ready to buy an expensive property. I think my idea is better, but okay, go off, sir. Assuming the two of you have split finances, your wife needs to be prepared to pay half of the down payment and half the mortgage, property tax, insurance, maintenance costs for the house. If your wife wants the house, she can sell her Tesla to pay for her share of the down payment. Yeah, like I said, I don't think they should do 50-50 because he makes so much more than her. He makes almost twice as much as her. So I don't think they should do 50-50. I think it should be percentage based. She should be putting down 36% and he should be putting down the 64%. Okay, so this one says, not the asshole, but I don't understand people that marry others who are so different in their attitude to finances. Have you talked to her about saving money more? These some of these questions could have been before the update, but when it comes to finances, I don't necessarily think that you guys have to be exactly the same when it comes to finances, but I think that you guys should be on a similar page. Like all this time, if y'all have been talking, if y'all been married for 2 years and y'all have been talking about buying a house, why haven't y'all been saving up for a down payment before now? That's my question. Like, y'all should have a joint savings account and y'all should both be putting money into the savings account every month. You know what I'm saying? Like if it was me and it was my husband and we were thinking about buying a house together, I'm like, okay, well, let's start saving for our down payment. Me personally, I'm kind of at the point in my life where I just want my own house. And, if I do get married to someone, they can come live in my house if they want to, or I can rent my house out and we can go get a house together. And then if anything happens, I can go back and live in my house, or I can just go live in my house and he can go live in his house. And we can just alternate, I guess, until we have kids. Girl, anyways, anywho, put y'all thoughts down in the comments. Let's go to the next story. And this one is a get it off my chest Reddit story. This one is short. Okay, so the title is, I just found out my wife donated to Trump. Boo, tomato, tomato, tomato. Child, red flag already. Okay, so it says, I happened to see her credit card statement and she gave $350 to Trump. I kept calm and asked her about it, and she said it was because he's being falsely accused. Girl, bye. Anywho, I'm so confused. We are not political people. She is an American citizen. I'm not. But we've never ever even talked about this thing before. We don't live in the US anymore. I'm confused and even a bit disturbed. Help me process this, Reddit. I'm interested to know, where do y'all live now? 1, 2, what is your ethnicity? Like, are you also white or are you other? Are you a person of color? Because that's a red flag, honey. It's the big red flag. I mean, but it is her money, so she can do what she want with it. But I'm gonna read a couple of the comments. Couldn't be me. Couldn't be my partner. Don't be giving our money away to no damn Trump. Don't give your money away to none of these politicians, to be honest, unless you really, really, truly believe in what they're saying. Like Bernie Sanders, I believe in him. I will donate to him. And it's a couple other people that I would donate to their campaign. But most of these politicians, I would not be donating to their campaign. Anywho, she gave $350 to a billionaire. Man, some people are interesting. This one says he literally admitted to taking the documents, which I guess is like a reference to Trump taking the documents. Someone's getting their grass cut. Oh, I think I'm getting my grass cut. Hopefully y'all can't hear all that in the background, cuz I'm going to keep going. I don't know. We'll see what the mic picks up. I don't think it'll pick it up, but I could be wrong. Okay. She threw $150 into the literal garbage. Money that could have been used for anything else. That alone is disturbing. My condolences on learning about your wife's terminal stupidity. Thank you for removing her from my country, though. Donations to Trump PACs are notorious for being monthly recurring donations without people realizing. I doubt she read the fine print. I would check next month's statement as well. Someone said divorce her. No, seriously. Being a Trumper entails a lot of stuff that on its own makes someone repulsive. And being a supporter of that animal means you encourage, support, and abide by all that BS. Couldn't be my partner. If I'm my partner, no, it's another long one. Okay, I hope the next one is short. Let's see. Why did I pick all these long ones? I don't think I meant to do this. Okay. I think I'm gonna read one more, and then we'll save the next one for next time, because I kind of want to keep this episode a little short. So I think I'm going to do, which one is the shorter of the two, so we can get into these topics. Okay, this one is the shorter one. All right, so this one is, am I the mean girl? Am I the mean girl for refusing to let my stepdad pay for my wedding? Initially, just listening to the title, I don't see how you could be. But let's read on. I, 27 female, am engaged to my fiance, Raph. Raph and I are paying for our wedding ourselves. That was always something we planned on doing. We have saved for a number of years to afford a nice wedding. Ever since my dad died when I was 6, I knew in the future, if I got married, his dad, my grandfather, would be walking me down the aisle and dancing with me in Dad's place. Honestly, I think even if Dad was alive, I'd have both of them, because Granddad and I have had a special relationship. When I played weddings as a kid, I used to have both of them walk me down the aisle. LOL. I was upfront about asking Granddad to my mom and stepdad. They didn't take the news great. My stepdad wanted to be the one who performed. Why these words? Why are we using the words that are being used in this Reddit story? Are really throwing me for a loop, because who performed as father? It sounds weird to me. My stepdad wanted to be the one who performed as father of the bride, and he told me as much. He didn't like that I was giving him and my mom focus as a couple, but not him as my dad. And he said this because I arranged for a special dance for the two of them, as well as a special toast for the two of them during the wedding. He said after being in my life since I was 7 when I met him, and being my stepdad since I was 9 when he and my mom got married officially, he feels he is more deserving of the role. I told him I understood he was upset, but I had made my decision. He said it was childish to keep a decision I made as a baby and never open up myself to the alternatives. When I didn't give in, they got a little huffy and I decided to leave to give them some space. Then my stepdad came to me and said I should let him pay for the wedding. This came out of nowhere, honestly, but I knew instantly what he was trying to do. I knew if I took his money, I wouldn't be able to say no to him. I would be entitled as hell to let him pay and not give him the role he wants and the job he wants to do. It also wouldn't have felt right for me anyway because I never went to him for anything. So it would have felt like I was taking advantage and he's never going to be my dad. He can't buy that from me. So I stuck to my convictions and I said, thanks for the offer, but we're good. We have the money. He went on a long rant about how traditionally the father of the bride always pays for the wedding and how tradition is important. And he said it was bad luck to pay for your own wedding. I told him we are more modern couple and we have chosen to pay for our own wedding with no financial contribution from anyone. He was angry and he left. Ever since, he and my mom said I disrespected him immensely by denying him the right to pay. Mom brought up how he comes from a very traditional and conservative family, and that is shameful for him not to pay for everything. She told me that he had been looking forward to paying for my special day, and I threw his more than gracious offer in his face. My stepdad told me I had ruined the whole wedding for him now. Also, I don't want both my granddad and stepdad to walk/dance. To do the walk/dance. Am I the asshole? Absolutely not. It's your wedding. Okay, let me get into this. It's your wedding. You can do what you want to. Your stepdad is not a replacement for your real dad. No one can ever replace your real dad. So, if, you want your grandfather to walk you down the aisle, that's what it is. I think it's crazy. I don't know if like the stepdad feels like they're closer than they really are or something like that because I'm just wondering why this conversation never came up before now. Why he feels in like wants to pay for the wedding. Men a lot of times for some reason they think that they can just buy women's love and affection, and modern women are not like that. Like there are some women you can buy, but I think for like the majority of women in today's time in this country, you can't do no buying. We already got our own money. We got our own jobs. You heard Shawty in the other story had her Tesla, her iPhone, her watch, and everything else. Like she can buy her own stuff, and if she stopped buying all the material things, she could buy her own house too. She makes good money. But back to this story. Not the asshole. You are not the mean girl. But let's read the comments. Let's see what people are saying. OP, you should make them be ashamed of themselves for trying to manipulate you financially into giving your stepdad a role. Since they care so much about paying, they should be okay with you still walking with the granddad, shouldn't they? It's not his day. He's not the bride or the groom. He's your stepdad. Pushing the subject won't make him your dad. In fact, it's more like he's likely to push away. In fact, it's more likely to push you away further. And offering to pay for the wedding as a meaning of manipulating the situation to his wants. Yeah, yeesh. And not the mean girl, OP. Pay for your own wedding and have a fabulous day. It's very liberating. If he's so traditional and it's traditional for brides' dads to pay for the wedding, how come he's only remembered that bit once he realized it was the only play he might have to get his own way? Not the mean girl. Not the mean girl. Stepdad is upset because he couldn't buy his way into controlling things, following tradition. LOL. Somebody said, it's a good thing that it's not his wedding since you ruined it for him, with a laughing face emoji. Don't let this ruin your wedding for you, not the mean girl. What a jerk. Okay. Yeah. So we're going to get into this next segment and we're going to call it XOXO Gossip Girl because we're going to get into the gossip. And first up on my list, let's get into it's some messy stuff on the docket. So where do we even start? Should we get into the shade room? Because she's a messy girl. Let's get into the shade room and shade room participants. So basically, long story short, Keith Lee went off on the shade room and the shade room commenters. So if you didn't see it, what happened was Keith Lee's wife bought him a car for his birthday, and she posted his reaction on their stuff. The Shade Room reposted it on their page, and Keith Lee was crying and all that stuff. And a lot of the comments have been deleted now. I went and I looked at the comments, and it seems like they deleted the negative comments, but the Shade Room is like Twitter. It's very negative. Everybody over there is miserable. A lot of people were saying things like, his wife bought the gift with his money. 1, 2, people were saying stuff like he's gonna cheat on her, and just nasty and negative stuff. And Keith Lee addressed it. And let's see.
Hey Shade Room, we've been blessed enough to be the marketing platform for restaurants all over the country, for absolutely no charge to these restaurants, including Detroit, Chicago, Miami, New Orleans, Vegas, and many more to come if we're blessed to do that. My family and my community have also been blessed enough to raise over $30,000 for a restaurant owner who has cancer. Not to mention other 1,000 incredible things we've been blessed enough to do. But yet, the only 2 times we've ever posted me and my family were videos of me crying with little to no context. To your community who draw their own context with no context.
Granted, they have posted us before when I was doing Ronnie's pregnancy cravings and when I was cooking, but I'm being very specific to this last year since I started doing food reviews.
This has sparked multiple conversations of not only my sexuality, but also outrageous questions about who bought the car that my wife got me for my birthday.
Before, some people try to gaslight me, saying I shouldn't be surprised that my wife got me a car because she bought the gift with my money and she spent my money and she a gold digger, is very demeaning to my wife and myself. Podcast watching is crazy. Let's be honest. You don't know where my wife money come from. My wife is blessed enough to do really well. Relax.
Y'all can talk about me all y'all want. That don't bother me none. But when y'all start demeaning my wife and my family, that's where I draw the line.
Basically, Keith Lee said put some respect on his name, put some respect on his wife's name. Yeah, he was basically just saying, pretty much to sum it up, pretty much the sentiment that most people have. You can talk about me, but don't talk about my wife, don't talk about my kids. Be respectful. Keep my name out your mouth. Keep my wife's name out your mouth. He's ready to square up with the Shade Room. People are tired of the Shade Room. Another TikToker had an interaction with the Shade Room, JJ, and he cleared them. Everybody's always clearing the shade room. Like, girl, this is not it. I'm not a person who follows the shade room. I unfollowed the shade room about 5, 6, 7 years ago. Like, I may have followed the shade room for maybe like a year when it first came out, and I was just kind of over it. Like, I don't need this type of energy in my life. Also, I'm not huge into celebrity gossip, so that's another reason why I just didn't feel the need to watch the shade room or follow the shade room, which is crazy because now I'm doing this segment on this podcast. But that's why there's not a whole episode dedicated to gossip, because I don't care. I don't. I consume the information. If it comes to like up on my For You page, I'm like, that's interesting, and I keep going. Like, it's not on the forefront of my mind. As a lot of people say, the Blueface and Krishan stuff was forced upon me. I didn't go seeking out the information. Y'all keep talking about it, and it just keeps so happening. Like, it just so happens to come up on my For You page. Next, let's get into Drake. And this we're gonna keep it short. We're gonna keep it brief. Drake is a messy girl, okay? Aubrey, if you hate black women, just say that, because these past 2 projects, you just throwing shots at all the black women, including, but not limited to, and it's like the best of the best black women at that: Michelle Obama, Rihanna, Serena Williams, Megan Thee Stallion, and that's just a few, because there's more. There's more and more and more. Like, Michelle Obama, of all people, like, Michelle Obama is not thinking about no damn Drake. I promise you. That's okay, because Secret Service gonna be at your damn door. They're gonna get your ass deported. As they should, because be for real. Be so for real. I don't know how I ended up on this side of TikTok. I ended up on the anti-Drake side of TikTok. And girl, the things I've been finding out about Drake, that man is creepy. He gives incel energy in real life. Like, he is, no ma'am. Y'all can have his ass. Okay? Creepy. Very much not giving. Have you ever seen anybody fight over Drake? Any women? No, they be trying to run from Drake. I've never seen anybody beef over no Drake. They be running from Drake. These women be trying to get away from Drake because he's a weirdo. And I'm gonna leave that there. And next, let's get into Miss Sexyy Red. Me personally, I'm not a Sexyy Red listener. I only hear like, what is on TikTok and social media. So I can't make a full judgment on her music, but what I can say, what I've heard from her musically, I'm not a fan, and that is okay, because everything is not for me, and everything is not for everybody, and everybody is not for everybody. Okay? Sexyy Red is not for everybody. She has her audience, and that's cool. I don't have no beef with Sexyy Red. Like, I don't know why people get so up in arms about her in particular. I don't know. I don't know what the beef is. Like, it's a lot of artists that I don't listen to. Like I just said, Drake, I don't listen to Drake. I haven't listened to Drake in probably about a decade. Everything is not for everybody. So her sex tape got leaked, and Basically, people just feel like she puts out that type of energy, so she gets no sympathy for her sex tape leaking. And I did not do any research into the topic. I don't know a whole lot about the situation. She may have leaked her own tape or whatever. I honestly, I don't know. But what I want to speak on is people saying because she puts out a sexual image, she deserves to get her sex tape leaked. No, she does not. That is the same thing as saying because a woman is wearing a dress or a skirt that she deserves to get sexually assaulted. No, she does not. 1 + 1 is not equaling 2. It does not matter what she could be showing. She could be a sex worker. That does not mean that your personal videos should be leaked to the public. Even if you were a porn star, you do not deserve your personal sex tape that you made in the privacy of your own home to be leaked to the public. I don't know what part of that people don't understand. And people be like, oh, well, you already do it. Yeah, to get paid. If I'm doing it for the free in my own home, it's not for public consumption. And it is against the law. And I hope whoever needs to go to jail goes to jail. That is not okay. And I think people are just really hypocritical. Like, y'all want a perfect victim, and there's no such thing as a perfect victim. You're never going to find one. Especially Black women. You know, they just, every chance they get to drag a Black woman, they're going to. Okay? And, you know, it's people like, I had to get off of Twitter. Because this is where I first seen the story. Sometimes I don't get on Twitter often, but sometimes I get on there just to see what all is happening. Just scroll through like the trending list to see what's happening, and I'll click on people's names and all that. And I clicked on it, and people were like, it's mostly men. Oh, she needs to take accountability. Accountability for what exactly? If I want to make a sex tape in the privacy of my own home and someone else leaks it, that is not my fault. I did not give them consent to put it on the internet. What accountability do I need to take? I don't understand. Like, oh, you shouldn't have recorded it. Why? Why shouldn't I have not recorded it? I wanted to bend it over, bust it wide open. I wanted to record it, and I wanted to watch it afterwards. And people just make me so sick, and I'm sick of the internet. And every time I get on the internet, it just gives me no hope for humanity. There's no empathy from person to person, and it is so frustrating, especially within the Black community. When it comes to Black men and Black women, like, it's just a divide being made, and I personally feel like it's getting wider and wider and wider. Me personally, a year ago, the disdain that I have for Black men, I did not have a year and a half ago. And as time goes on, the more videos, the more tweets, the more stuff I see, I'm starting to build up a resentment towards Black men because of the stuff that is said on the internet. And I try not to consume that information on my timelines and stuff. But it's kind of getting to the point where it's just like everyday bashing of Black women. And, you know, I guess Black men maybe feel similarly. But yeah, it's not cute. It's not going anywhere. It's not productive. I don't know what we're doing here. Um, there's been a uptick in black women dating outside of our race over the past couple of years. It has spiked a lot. And I understand why. Once I get to the point where I start dating again, I'm definitely going to be dating outside of my race. I just have very little tolerance for the slander of black women that I've been hearing. And even with like conversations about, even like black woman to black woman, a lot of the conversation stuff that we're having, it's just ridiculous. Like it's why I seen a video of a girl talking about people wearing their pajamas and their bonnets out in public. Why do you care? Why do you care so much? Me personally, I would never wear my bonnet and my pajamas out in public. But if you wear it, that's cool for you. I don't care. I genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, don't care. It does not affect me. It does not affect my day. I will say this. This is how I feel. When you wear your pajamas and your bonnets out in the public, you get what you put out. Now, and this is mostly when it comes to like men. Like, girl, don't be expecting to get no lawyer or no doctor being out here in public wearing a bonnet and pajamas. That's probably not the man you're going to attract. You're probably going to attract Ray Ray and Pookie, to be honest. But that's your business. What they got to do with me? What they do in their spare time, who they date, all that stuff ain't got nothing to do with me. I just want everybody to just whoosah. I honestly feel like the black community is in shambles. It ain't no black community. What black community? Like, I feel like there is no community. Honestly, we just here. But, it's another story for another day. Oh, what time is it? Time for me to eat. That's what time it is. I'm gonna talk about one more topic and then I'm gonna get out of here because, like I said, I don't want this to be too long. I'm ready to get out of here. I'm ready to eat. I'm ready to proceed with my day. Plus, I gotta edit this and get it up tomorrow. Last thing I want to talk about is the Love is Blind lawsuit. So, me personally, I do not have Netflix. I'm not paying $20 a month for one streaming service. It's a little crazy. And you can't share. I do have my mom's Netflix on this phone, and they say you can still watch it on devices, but you can't watch it on the TV. And I'm not watching Netflix on this little ass phone. The only reason I would sit here and watch something on Netflix on my phone is if I was sitting at my desk, like I was doing my makeup or something like that, and from there I would watch. But I have no reason to be sitting here watching. Oh, did they make another season of this? Hold on. I don't think I watched season 3. But Netflix is pricey. $20, because my Hulu and Disney Plus together, it's like $15, something like that. Less than Netflix for 2 streaming services. Anywho, they have a lawsuit going on because, reality TV is so unregulated. It's so just all over the place. I'm going to put in some clips so you guys can get some context on the lawsuit or whatever. But pretty much things happen on set that should not have happened. The person that is suing Love is Blind production team and her supposed to be like fiance, husband, the person she was partnered with or picked, whatever, however you want to choose. Anyways, they were edited out the show. She alleges that she was SA'd, and basically it's the production team's fault because, you know, they created this environment. Love is Blind, I feel like this is like their second or third lawsuit this year alone. What is going on with that show? Something is going on over there. Because there are a lot of reality TV shows, especially dating reality TV shows like, what is it? Marriage at First Sight. Don't give me the line. There are a bunch of dating reality shows, and none of them have had this many lawsuits, especially in 1 year. So I'm not sure what they're going to do going forward. That's going to be different, but they need to do something. They need to take better precautions or just cancel the show altogether, which I doubt they'll cancel the show because so many people watch the show. Me personally, I don't watch the show, but I watch people who review the show. So I be knowing what be going on the show because I watch reviews. I watch multiple reviews, so I be knowing. I know what's going on the shows. I don't know. You have to foster safe environments when you're working with people. And with reality TV shows, I feel like you're not treated as a human. Like, you're being exploited. Like, they exploit you as much as they possibly can. They put unnecessary stuff in the show that they don't need to. I was watching Kenny. What is her name? Excuse me. Her name is Kendall, but her page is Kenny JD. Her review of Love is Blind, and she made a really good point about them putting like personal information in the show that they don't need to. Like a guy on the show, he was essayed when he was a teenager by women. It's not something that needed to be put in the show. Like, all these people do is sit and talk to a wall. I'm sure there's plenty of other things you could have edited into the episode that kind of gets the point across. Besides that, like, they sit in these rooms and they talk for hours. But anywho, I hope Love is Blind and Netflix and all parties involved get it together and foster a safe environment where nothing like this ever happens again. Somebody, when you walk into a production such as Love is Blind, you should never have to worry about somebody sexually assaulting you. Never. When you walk out of your house, it never, ever, at no point in your life should you be sexually assaulted, ever. In your home, outside of your home, going to the grocery store, going to the club, going to hang out with whoever. It should never happen. And especially on a production, like a huge production, such as Love is Blind. And they're on their 5th season, I believe. And y'all should have protocols in place. Nothing like this should ever happen. But I'm going to just leave it there. Like I said, at the beginning, we are a work in progress here. I am a team of one. And yeah, as time goes out, we'll kind of get the segments and stuff together. I would like to add some more segments, but we'll see. But so far, I like the Am I the Mean Girl segment and the XOXO Gossip Girls segment. I like the names. I think they're super cute, super girly. Yeah, just tell me your thoughts and opinions down below. Participation points for people who comment. And that's it. That's all. Tell me your thoughts on everything we talked about in the comments, and I'm going to do my best at responding to comments, because that is something that I truly struggle with across all platforms, is responding to comments. I'm working on it. If you're watching this or listening to this on one of the podcast platforms, if you have thoughts and opinions, just sneak over to YouTube, and the title of the episodes, they should be the same. Just, put your little comment down there. Give me a thumbs up. And yes, girl. Another episode going to be up on Saturday. I'm going to be wearing the same outfit because I didn't think that far ahead when I was planning content for today to switch outfits. But it is what it is, because it's what I'm wearing today, and I'm not changing my outfit. Next week, I'll do better. I'll put on a different outfit, but this is a podcast, baby. The audio is the most important part. Also, side note, I haven't figured out a good setting for my audio in the editor that I use, so bear with me with that as well. I am trying to figure it out. That's it. That's all. Y'all have a good week.